In the summer when we're outside, people are like, "Are you hot?"
They literally, "Are you hot?"
It is
the
90
summer.
degrees
It's
outside.
the summer.
Like, it's hot.
Am I hot? Wait, are you hot?
Everyone's
I think
hot,
everyone's
right?
hot.
When I'm playing or doing something active, people are like, "You can move in that?"
We are refusing to allow Hollywood to dictate how we're supposed to dress. Hi, welcome back to Gotta Be Me podcast. We're happy to be with you here again today. We are your hosts. I'm Sophia Benyon, and this is my younger cousin, Peyton Benyon. And we're passionate about dealing with relevant topics, and we want to discuss today some common misassumptions people make about us based on our dress. So last time on the podcast, we just briefly touched on it, how people would look at us, how we're dressed, the long skirts and everything, and assume that we might be oppressed or ignorant and even irrelevant, based on how we're dressed.
And uneducated too. That stresses me out.
Yes.
When people think we're uneducated.
Especially since we're working so hard in college right now.
I know. So it's so aggravating.
I feel like running around like, I go to college. Not really. Not really.
For real though.
Not really. But I'm just, we're happy to have this platform to be able to, negate that fact. Like,
Yes.
no, we're not ignorant. No, we're not uneducated.
Our parents
No,
would be
we're
horrified
not
too.
oppressed, and we're certainly not irrelevant. We hope to prove that to you as we go along. But I think the biggest, what would you say? The number one question is you get, like when you walk up and you're dressed like this, what is the number one question that people ask you?
Honestly, the question that comes to my mind is like when I'm playing or doing something active, I'm either playing pickleball, running, doing cartwheels, whatever, or anything active, people are like, "You can move in that?" And they're always like, "What in the world?" I also, another question we get, in the summer when we're outside, people are like, "Are you hot?"
They literally, "Are you hot?"
It is 90 degrees outside.
It's the summer.
It's hot.
Am I hot? Wait, are you hot?
Everyone's
I think
hot,
everyone's
right?
hot. We're
So
not hotter than anyone
people
else.
got lots of questions, and they really. I mean, I'm grateful when people actually ask instead of just looking.
Because I'm happy to be able to have the chance to tell people what it is. You know what really bugs me? I'm going down the street, and all of a sudden I'll be someone walking past me,
right.
and I'll hear them talking to the people with them, and they'll be like, "I think those are Amish," like all loud. And I'm like, "No, we're not Amish." I will shout after them. I do not care. I do not, you do not.
So
You do not talk loudly about me in front of me. If you have an assumption, ask.
Not deaf.
Please,
At
let's
all.
just find out. So anyway, I want to say that, not only am I not ashamed of my clothes, but I'm very proud of them.
Very proud.
And I feel like we have so many good reasons for dressing like this that we could, to me, it's literally, by the time I'm done, for me, it's logical for me to dress the way I dress with all the reasons I have to dress like this.
Honestly, it is. And to be honest, it is far, to me, the polar opposite of ignorance. I think about the movement in the 60s whenever the Black Panthers were doing their movement, right? And they were all wearing big afros, right? And people were like, why are you all of a sudden all natural, all wearing your afros, right? But they were doing it to make a point, to show,
Right.
it
meant something.
We are enlightened.
Mm-hmm.
We know where we came from. We know that our hair is beautiful just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to let it out and we're going to leave it in a crazy afro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they just, it showed who they were. And it was almost a sign of rebellion. You know what I mean?
And I would say that's one of the biggest reasons why we dress the way we dress. We are rebels. We are refusing to allow Hollywood to dictate how we're supposed to dress.
We're refusing to allow them to set a standard of beauty for us.
We refuse to ascribe to their narrative that to be beautiful, we have to show some skin, or we have to have it be tight, or have it be this or that. No, we don't.
We do not have to wear
we won't.
What you dictate.
Yeah, we won't bow down to that narrative, to that story. It's in the air. Everybody's assimilated it.
Right.
You can literally go to distant lands that have nothing, that are not anywhere near Hollywood, and literally everywhere,
Their agenda
all
has
over the
spread
world,
everywhere.
they're affected by it. So we're not okay. And so on the flip of that, we do it to not be associated with Hollywood. But on the flip of that, we also dress like we dress because we want to be associated with our leaders.
Right.
We feel like we we would associate ourselves with some of the greatest leaders in the world. And we'll do another podcast about them sometime, but we're very proud of who they are and the message that they preach. And when they're preaching, when they're teaching, when they're giving out their message, when they're speaking, I want people to be able to look at me and know, oh, you're with them.
Exactly. And like, even it's interesting when you walk around, maybe I'll be in a store and then someone else will come past and they'll be like, oh, you're with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, now I am associated with her. It's kind of
I
like
love the
a
association.
uniform.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I see someone in a police uniform. I want to know, oh, they're police. And it invites room for questions.
Yes. It immediately points people to God. Like, at the end of the day, whatever they think, at least they think some sort of religious. And I think that's a good thing.
For
now,
sure.
all the religions that we get guessed, it's funny. It's literally comical.
is.
People
It
go
is.
down the list. And we mentioned in our intro, people ask us if we're Amish all the time. Mind you, like we said, no black
such thing.
Amish.
Not at all.
has never existed.
It's amazing. You don't have to ask that anymore. Never again.
Never ask that again. And to me, one of the most signature things about the Amish is their bonnets. Like, we don't cover our hair. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I
people
don't.
don't notice that. Mennonite, nuns,
Well, people just don't know what to guess.
I guess so.
Right?
Muslims, we just get everything. But no, we're not. We're literally just Christians that know what's up.
Yeah.
And we want to talk more about that being relevant Christianity in a different podcast. So anyway, we have like the reasons behind why we're dressed, I feel like are just all wrapped up in each other. I thought of another reason. We were talking about it today. Distinction between genders.
Oh, yeah.
As Christians, we believe in two genders, and the way we dress shows that.
Yeah.
The girls wear long skirts, the boys wear pants.
Right.
And nobody's confused.
At all.
And you know what? I'm not laying judgment on anybody that doesn't dress like I dress. I totally believe that you can love and serve God and dress how you dress.
Absolutely.
God talks to you about that. But our traditions that we've had, and I understand that traditions can turn into a superstition if you're not careful for them. And we don't dress like this way out of a superstition. We don't believe.
Or out of force either.
No.
I mean, it's a personal choice.
It's totally a personal choice. Our leaders are not saying, you have to dress like this if you want to be a part of us. No.
That's not
We've
how it
chosen,
works.
we want to dress like this. And besides all that,
We look good.
we look so good. We dress like this because we like to and we enjoy it. And
sure.
we love
And
our
we just
life.
wanted to wipe those misconceptions out of the way to start with, because a lot of people like to make comments about we're forced, we don't know, we're uneducated, we're unenlightened, and that's just not the case at all.
Our traditions have worked so well for us up until now. I don't see no reason to stop doing it for me, for us. That's how we feel about it. Anyway, it's been nice doing this little podcast with you again. We're always happy to answer questions. Please post any that you may have in the comment section below. Y'all know what time it is. Peace, love, and hair grease.